All right, welcoming you back to the dystopia. My name is Doster. If you are new here, this channel is all about me sharing my stories and the things that have helped me along the way. I do need your help with engagement, with leaving a comment, subscribe to the channel. I am trying to grow the channel, and I greatly appreciate your participation in this conversation that we are having here. So today is day 12 of the Lifetime Burn Meditation. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about what it means to actually burn. And I've been thinking that really you can burn anything. Out of all my experience, out of all the things I've looked at and faced within myself, I've yet to find something that cannot be burnt. And even if we take this metaphor as a literal way of thinking for a second, just to sort of brainstorm this and work out exactly what this means, you might say to me, well, Doster, copper melts at about 1,000 degrees Celsius or 1,900 degrees Fahrenheit, and carbon steel melts at 1,300 degrees Celsius or 2,500 Fahrenheit, and nickel, which is even higher, melts at 1,400 degrees Celsius or 2,600 degrees Fahrenheit. And you can't exactly pour petrol on it and then set it alight and expect it to melt, expect it to burn. And to that I would say, yes, but you forget that the surface of the sun is about 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit or 5,500 degrees Celsius, and it can get even up to the millions, up to 27 million degrees in the core of the sun. So that means that your metals, which can't even get a dent on them when you pour petrol over them and set them alight here on Earth, would be pretty much vaporized if it was in the center of the sun. And that means that when you're looking at what you're burning, the context matters. The resource matters. The thing that you use to push into the burn matters. And that's what you discover along the way as you burn more and more. As you burn, new things come up and you find that there has to be a new approach, a new intention, a new drive, a new awareness. And that is why the burn meditation is a flowing thing, an ever-evolving thing. Now you might say, okay, burning metal is one thing, but what about something like past trauma? What about grief? What about heartbreak? What about betrayal? What about embarrassment or shame or these sort of emotions, yeah? Because they're intangible. How can you burn them? How can you do something to them that transforms them into something new, something different? And the answer is the same. You just have to find something different. You have to find some other resource, whether it's the energy of the sun rather than the petrol that you set on fire, or the intention of your being. Yes? The source of what it is that you're pushing into the burn. Now, some things take time to burn. They don't get burnt instantly. You will notice this when you are doing the Lifetime Burn Meditation, which is that certain things will come up, right? You might be driving in your car and something stresses you out, or someone's rude to you in the office, or you misplace your wallet and you can't find it and you stress a little bit. And there's this little thing in your experience and it's day to day, and you burn it and it disappears, and it's very easy, yeah? You very easily get back on track after you've found your wallet and you've stopped talking to that rude person in the office and you're no longer in the traffic in your car, right? Very easy, quick little burn. It's like lighting a match. The bigger things, like the grief of losing a family member or the heartbreak of losing an intimate relationship, or the embarrassment or the shame of something that happened to you as a child, that's something that you would bring to a burn and realize, it's still there, it's still coming up. But then you face it again and you burn a little bit more. You burn a little bit more. Oh, And this is the amazing thing. This brings a tear to my eye, because what I'm realizing is that when you burn these bigger things, it requires a stronger fire. It requires more of an intention, more of a power of your soul, more of a power of your being. And that means that you're burning these big things, and it brings your fire. It brings your power, it brings your awareness, and it transforms into something far bigger. It actually brings you to a point where you realize, I am grateful for these big things in my life, these big challenges, these big, terrible, dark, horrible, suffering, whatever it is, things, because that has been the thing, the catalyst, the transformation for me being allowed to come into something more beautiful, something more powerful. And that's when you start to shine with the brightness of a sun. You start to flower with the beauty and the fragrance of spring, when you start to share the radiance of love, the beauty of love, because you're burning all the things that have come up to you. Now, it is still a matter of bringing the journey. Yeah, it still is a matter of these things come and go, and you never know when something is going to come up, and you are going to find that things that, like earlier in your journey, it's like, I have this problem, or I have this thing that I'm not happy with in my life. So I'm going to burn it. I'm going to burn it and work it, because I want to get rid of this thing and I want to be away with it. In the middle of your journey, you're going to be like, okay, how do I work with this and make peace with it? Not so much to get away with it and to be rid of it, but to transform it and to be living with it in a positive way, in a powerful way. Later in your journey, what you're doing is you're actually finding these things as a resource to support you. You're finding things that have taken such a radical change in the way that they sit within your being, that you are feeling that this is the source of beauty. That actually this is where the love comes from. This is where the power comes from. And in that instance, you will realize that, this relationship that didn't work out, or this family member that you lost, they are the blessings. It is so radical. It's such a radical thing. And it is as different as light to dark. Yeah, this difference between night and day, the metaphor holds up. So really, you can burn anything, and it takes practice, which is why we do the lifetime burn meditation, because the little burns of the stress in the car or at work or at home or with daily stuff, those little steps allow you to work up to the big things, yeah? And you can always bring the fire. You can always burn something. Whenever you remember that something is coming and confronting you, and you can face it with fire, you have the fire. Yeah, that is the thing that brings you. You might think, well, I don't have enough energy, or I don't have enough, I'm not feeling it, or I'm not doing it right, or it's not quite there. But the thing is that anytime you remember, the fire is always there. And it's interesting because fire needs fuel, right? Just like the burning forest, the fire wouldn't be there without the forest. The fire wouldn't be there without the dead wood. And the dead wood is the fuel for the fire, yeah? So this completely changes your whole sense of what it is that you're facing within yourself. It's really a courageous, honest look at who you are and what you are. That's really what the burn meditation is. And that's why we do it 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year for the rest of your life. So join the community. I'm looking for people to join. It's free to join anytime. There's also the online mini course where you can see a full introduction to the burn meditation. And I will be continuing my updates every day. So come along for the ride. Subscribe to the channel. I'm very much looking forward to it.